Welcome. My name is Jody Jordan, and this is the Faith collection for my March. Let's see, is it March? No, March. I can't keep it straight, I'm telling you. So for the March card class, so there is for me to be able to get this shape right here, there are dies called Everyday Arches in the catalog, or in the mini catalog that came out, but they were sold out. So I used my Cricut machine to create this size. So I'm not sure what size you would use if you bought those dies, but I can tell you the measurement of this. If I can find I have a little mini ruler somewhere around here. Where did it go? Well, let me find that real quick. Okay, so it is about almost 3.5 inches wide and almost 4 inches tall. For this card, you're going to need a regular card base. You're going to need, this is 4 by 5 1/4. This is the Toadstool Garden 6x6 paper. This was free from Celebration. When I placed all my orders, I ended up using like 3 packs of that. While I was on my Cricut, I just went ahead and cut these out too. So this is about 7/8, about 7/8, a little bit by 3/4, and this is 3 by 7/8. And then you're going to need just the inside panel is 4 by 5 1/4. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I am going to line up this on the outside. And this will be our sentiment's going to go in here, but I'm just getting this lined up evenly to where the space in between all 3 is about the same, and then the space on the sides is pretty close. And then I'm going to use Garden Green to ink up my stamp. I had this design in my head, and it was just like, I didn't want to change it. I was like, well, I can still do it. It's just, I'm not using products from Stampin' Up, but maybe you have a Cricut and you can save yourself some money on that. Okay, and then also in Garden Green, I'm using the sentiment, let your faith be bigger than your fears. So I'm going to also stamp that in Garden Green on here. Okay. Now I'm going to glue this down. Come on, glue. It was a little clogged up earlier, so I had to put a pin in it. Okay, and I'm going to put dimensionals. Ooh, I got a little bit too much glue. You're going to put some dimensionals on the back, and I'm using the minis, and that's what I will give you for your class packet is the minis. We haven't done the minis in a while, so I'm sure all of you need those. And they fit perfect on the edge here. I'm putting quite a bit. I like to make sure it's stuck. Okay, and then I'm going to put some on back of here. So I'm going to start doing the card videos at least a week in advance for before card class. I thought maybe by doing this, it will make it a little bit easier for people to understand how the card goes together. Just so you don't make as many mistakes and you understand what you're doing before you come to class. You have an idea how it goes together. Especially this week, we are going to have a really big class. I think I say really big class, but it's a big class for us. We started out with 4 people originally, and we're up to 10. Or this week, we're going to have 10 people. I think maybe one person, I take that back. We're going to have 9 people in class because I think one person, I think on my list is taking it to go. But anyways, it's still going to be a lot of people, and I have a new person come to class, and I have some people that are more advanced than others. So it's just like, this gives you a chance to already know what's happening with the card. So you can just, kind of know what's going on. And see if that helps a little bit with understanding how the card goes. Just the assembly process, at least. Of course, by the time, I don't know, maybe if you watched it the night before, I don't know. Before I was doing it like an hour before class, and then it's like some of you drive really far, so an hour before class just wasn't very good. And plus this will help push me because sometimes I get a little bit, I procrastinate a lot. I get busy with other stuff in my life, and then it's like, I'm like, oh, I gotta make the cards. So, okay, so in your kit, you're gonna have one of these and one of these. But I'm going to tell you guys, this right here, I'm going to show you what I had to do to get this, okay, not this one, this one. This is a lot. Let me grab so this is the adhesive sheets, and this will already be done for you, but I know a lot of you sometimes want to make the cards again when you get home or whatever you're doing. I just want to show you how I did it so you have an idea, and plus you realize how hard I worked for you to make these cards. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is just the center that was cut out of one of these. Even though I cut it on my Cricut, you still have the center. And it's just a wasted piece of, it's just like a scrap that we're not using for the class. So I'm going to adhere this on the back and use it to both sides is sticky, but you're going to remove one side, stick it down. Okay. And then you're going to, let me get my die cut machine. You're going to bring in your plates. You're going to use a 1 and a 2, and then you're going to line up your cross in the middle. Make sure you got everything over the adhesive. I think that's pretty good. And then put your plate in. And I had to do this so many times to get it like 1 forward, backwards, forwards again and back again. Like, I mean, I'm really straining. Like, if you could see my shoulders. And then, even though it's popped out, I put it on the plate again and ran it through because they're not popping out. Okay, so it's still not going to pop out because that's just, sometimes the dies stick. Now I'm going to use my take your pick brush tip, and I'm going to just kind of roll it over, try to get some of that out of there. And it's still not coming out. So I'm pushing the little holes to try and get something to pop out of there. There we go. And then I'm just going to run the brush over, try to get as many of those pieces out as I can. And then I'm going to have to still pick all these out because they're not coming out. And even some of them, even though I ran it through the die cut machine a bunch of times like that, it still did not die cut all the way. Now sometimes you can pull the adhesive off and it'll pull them all out of the holes. This time I was lucky and it did that. Okay, so now I'm just going to line this. This is now a sticker, and we're going to put it over top of here. Just like that. And stick it down. And then I'm going to glue this down to my card base. Make sure my card base is open in the right way. I've done that before. Make sure you're getting that lined up. And then I'm going to, let's see, I need another sheet of dimensionals. Now I'm just going to lay these down. You can put them on the back of the cross or on here, whatever you want to do. It really doesn't matter. I want to make sure that's stuck down there. And then we're going to line this up and kind of pop it up. Okay, so inside your kit, you're going to have 2 of these. And where'd they go? My desk is a mess. Oh. And 2 of these. Now, you're going to need your lilies and your leaf. I'm going to directly stamp right here for the leaf in the garden green. And you could probably do both of your leaves out of one, but I gave you 2 in case you need to do it twice. Okay, and on here, oh, don't stamp your lilies in green. Stamp your lilies in the pebble path. And I suggest just trying to do it off to the side. You're going to get 2 of these sheets, but if you stay to the side, you could get all of them on one sheet in case you mess up. Okay, so for this class, you're going to need to bring some kind of coloring. I'm going to color the lilies yellow, and I'm using the Stampin' Up marker, Daffodil Delight, Dark and Light. So I'm going to color those real quick. I'm just filling in the centers with a little bit darker, and then I'm going to drag that color throughout. This is also good because you guys will know what to bring to class, so this is actually going to be a plus. Maybe I'll add that onto when I email this, like maybe a bring list. It'll also give you a chance, you know, to order if you want to order. Or maybe decide if you want to order. Maybe this will help you know what, you know, what products you might want to order. The thing is when we're in class, I don't really get to demonstrate like how it works. Now, I'm also I stamped 2 big ones. You can do a small, you can do whatever you want. I'm not much of a colorer, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the inside. I just wanted to jazz up the inside a little bit. I'm actually donating these to one of the ladies in the class for her church. Okay. Let me put my die over here out of the way. So now I'm going to bring in my die cut machine again and grab my plates. I have a little, this is a magnetic bowl, so all my dies are in here, and then all of your class stuff is in here. I haven't put it in the cellophane bag yet. Okay, so you're going to need plate 1 and 2. I'm grabbing my tape from I have an electronic die cutting machine on my other table, but I don't always, when I'm filming, do it on camera, but you will be doing this in the class, so now what do I do with, where'd it go? Here it is. Now you only need 1 leaf. So for class, you're going to cut 2 of these. You're going to stamp 2 leaves, 2 of the small, or 2 of the large and 2 of the small. So if you want to do all your stamping at once for both cards, you can. I'm only doing 1 card here. It's going to be a lot of people, so the whole trying to get everybody to get everything done sometimes can be a challenge. I have this little magnetic bowl because I'm always losing my dies. And I'm in a hurry right now. I don't want to take the time to put them up. Okay, so now let's bring back our card. Now for this, I'm just going to glue this down. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of these. I'm going to put this one up here and the big one down at the bottom here. And then, let's see, for your, what are these called? These are called iridescent pearl basic jewels. I'm going to put a large one in the middle of this lily and a small one in each one of these. Okay, so that's your card. Now for class, because it's such a big class, I made several. I was going to make four samples. This one's a little bit different. This is what I started out with, and this is what I ended up with. I ended up liking this better than this, so you guys can see sometimes I make several cards before we get to your actual card. I'm still going to give this one to Elizabeth because she may like it and want to use it. If not, she can toss it, whatever. But this is where I started. This is where I ended. Like, I make several cards before I end up with your finished cards. But this week you will have several samples to have at each table. And then I will give all these cards to Elizabeth's prayer room. So that's card number 1. Okay, for card 2, I want to show you kind of how you can maximize your cardstock. So you're going to cut this at 5 1/4. Now I'm making more than one card, so I'm going to cut all these at 5 1/4. But then your next green measurement is going to be for your, for this part is going to be 5. And then I'm going to set this to the side. But then this piece, since it's already cut at 5 1/4, for your back mat piece, you can cut it at 3 1/4, and then you'll have that extra piece that you need for the back of your card. So just keep in mind that you can get 2 cards out of one card if you just do it that way. Now with the 5 1/2. Okay, you're going to have the 5 1/4 on the side, and then you're going to have 5 inches at the top. So I'm sorry, I had to do a voiceover because I told the wrong measurement. So this is 5 1/4 on the side, and then 5 inches at the top. And then you're going to score it at 1 inch. One and 7/8. 3 1/8. And 4. And I'm just showing you how you fold. You're going to first do a valley, then a mountain, then come to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, so while this is laying down, I want to show you. So each one of your strips is going to, you're going to have this one that goes here. You're going to have your 2 smaller ones that go here. and then these like this. This is how it's going to be, just like that. So now when you come in, this is the designer series paper. This is from the celebration. It's no longer available, but I knew I was going to use this for this class, so I bought, it was my free item for celebration. Anyways, so when you're doing this, if you're going to do a directional, I put the directions in order on your PDF. It's in order the way you should cut it, so all of your lines will match up. And what I mean by that is, so when you lay it flat, you can see right here how all of my lines match each other to go all the way across the card like that, okay? So I'm going to show you how you cut that. First of all, you decide which direction you want it, and then you're going to turn it and take off 1 inch, and you're going to save that 1 inch piece. Put it to the side. Then your first cut is going to be, let me get past, it's going to be 5. So basically we just cut this at 5. So now it's 5 inches tall by, we're going to cut 3/4. Now if you don't have a directional paper, or if you don't have, if it's just like solid all the way, or you don't care about matching up your lines, that's fine. So this is how your mats look. Your mats are going to lay like this on the paper here. That's your mats. So then this first one is going to go here. So then the next measurement is going to be a 1/2 inch. And then that will be your next one that you lay down here. Then your third one is going to be your middle one, and that's going to be 1 whole inch. This is going to go in your middle. Then you're going to do the 1/2 inch again. That will line up here. And then you're going to do your 3/4 of an inch. Okay, then you're going to have this piece that's going to go across the front here. And remember that piece that you had before, that you cut off the top, the 1 inch. This is extra. You're going to cut this at, it's 1 inches already, and then you're going to cut it at 2 7/8. And that will be for this one. So then now we're going to glue all of our pieces down. Okay, so for you guys in the class, I'm going to number the order that they go in. That's going to be so all of your orientation is the right direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I have them numbered on the back, so you guys won't have to be trying to figure all that out. And then on your kit, I'm going to put 1 behind here, and then 1 between this envelope. So then you guys will know this is for card 1, this is for card 2 when you take it out. So I know you guys just dump them out on the counter, on your table, but if you could take this out and then take this out and leave them in 2 separate piles so you guys won't get them mixed up, then that'll help you be able to put them in the correct order. Hopefully that'll help you. I mean, when you're at home cutting it, but when you're in class, your kit is already cut for you, and hopefully this will make it easier. And also the numbers that are at the top, so that'll always be the top. So just remember, card 1's here, card 2 is in here, and then you can just, if I was you, I'd take them out, and the first thing I'd do is stack up all your all your sizes in each pile by size, and then start gluing them down and place them in order the way that this goes. Like all the purple pieces or the fresh freesias, that's this color. So you got 2 that are the same size, and these 2 are the same size. But if you put them in order like this, then as you're taking this out, you can lay these down to glue them down. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, but yeah, and then also inside your kit, what I did was I put in 2 different of the circles and then 2 of these. You're only doing 2 cards, but you can pick and choose the way that you want to set up your card. If you want the circle, or if you want this right here. So, because on this stamp set that we have, you can make it say God is love, He is risen, you know, whatever you want. Or I also have this one that you could do any of these that you need to, that you want to do. And then also I have the Easter greeting for you. So it's up to you guys what you want to do. But I wanted to try and make it as easy as possible for you guys to not have to struggle to put this together. Hope that helps. Let me knock this out of the way. Slide all this over. Now, I can't take credit for this card. I had this idea in my head, and it was totally different, but this was such an easy way to do it this way versus cutting the cardstock and having it pop up. This was just an easy way to do that. But this part right here, if I could have changed the measurements, I think I would have made this a little bit, this size a little bit different size. But it's still super cute and easy to do. It's just a lot of die cutting. So basically what you're doing is you're just, or not die cutting, a lot of cutting. That's really not if you're only making 1 or 2 cards. But for me, I think I cut for 23 or 24 cards. You're just going to center this on there. And this is the measurement that I said. It's a little bit bigger in that section than compared to what this is for the layering, but that's okay. It still is cute, and it's on the inside, like on the inside area. No one's gonna be like the card police and say, "Oh, well, that's bigger," or your area is bigger. We're just trimming these and laying them down on the mat. Okay, so this one is flat, but basically, you know, this right here is going to be your front, and then you bend this and bend this in like that. And it's going to lay like that. So then for your card base, this is your card base. You're going to glue this down. You can do one side at a time if you want. You're just going to leave like about 1/8 of an inch border. Then you're going to flip this over and put glue on this side. Same thing, you're going to leave 1/8 of an inch border. Now you don't have to worry about your card will lay flat like this to do the opening, closing. So this is going to, we have one more piece that I need to cut. Okay, so now we're just going to layer this on here. I'm going to actually pop this up. Okay, now for the back where you're going to do your, you can wait to put that on if you're going to do some stamping. Okay, so I have this, came from the Stylish Shapes, and it's this one right here. Inside your kit, I gave you a different thing. I'm going to put both inside the kit so you can choose which one you want to make, and then you can use the other one for whatever project you want, or you can do one way, one the other. I'm actually making these cards for one of the ladies. Her church is doing a prayer room, and they're offering a free card. So I'm going to go with the Unbound Love. This faith is being sure what we cannot see. So I'm going to go ahead and use Melon Mambo, and let me grab a scrap just to make sure this is going to stamp good or well. And it does. And I'm going to put that there. And then this part I'm going to stamp on the back. And that is on this piece. I'm going to put that right there. And then to complete the card, I'm going to go ahead and pop this up. Inside your kit, you did get a piece of this ribbon. Now, this is how I did the first one. I made it to where it wrapped around, and then I stamped "He is Risen" on there, and then put the dots. I did not put anything on the back here. For this one, I'm just going to put a couple dimensionals on here, and pop this up. I'm not going to use the ribbon, but the ribbon will be in y'all's kit. You can do it however you want. And then for this back piece, I'm going to put this on here. Just like that. Now this will fit in a regular envelope, and it stands up, and I just thought this was really cute. You can do it either way you want. I'm going to include both die cuts in your kit, so you can either use this stamp set or the original one for a bundle, which I put He Is Risen, or you could put God Is Love, whatever you want to put. I'm going to bring these two sets to class, and then I'm also going to try and find an Easter or Happy Easter, in case you wanted this to say Happy Easter. I'm going to try and find a stamp for that as well, to bring to class. So that is our second card, and I hope you guys like it. I got this card idea from Stampin' in the Barnyard, Bethany Barnard. If you want the full measurements, and you're not in my class to receive the PDF, she has all the measurements in her description. Okay, so for card 3, you're going to have this piece in your kit, which is, I think, let's say 10 3/4 by 4, and you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to fold this in half back up. And then you're going to have another card, a regular card base. So you're going to take this and we're going to glue our Designer Series paper down. And then we're going to use our another piece that's going to go here, but we're going to stamp on here first, and you want to keep it towards the bottom. But in the middle. Okay. And I'm using Berry Burst for this card, and so I'm making 2 different cards, 2 different colors like we did last month. But we can go ahead and glue this down as well. This card is going to go together really quick and really easy. I'm bringing in this is an old Happy Easter that I had. You guys will be able to pick whatever you want from what I brought. I mean, you can make this, again, put let your faith be bigger than your fears, or you could put thinking of you, whatever. Everybody has different reasons they use their cards. So for the most part, this is our Easter class. So I will actually be on a cruise on Easter. So okay, now for this, it's going to go on here, but you want it to sit right at the bottom. So there's just an 1/8 of an inch border. You want it to sit right on the bottom of that card base. Okay, and then we're going to have a regular piece that goes on the inside. Okay, now we're going to do, we should have, let me grab, I've got the bow punch, and I'm going to punch out 2 of this leaf. And then let me see if I can find some scrap in Berry Burst. It doesn't look like I have any, so let me grab a sheet. Let me open this real quick. Okay, so I'm going to take the Petal Park Builder, and I am going to cut 3 of these flowers. This first flower, the smaller one. Okay. Now for this, I'm going to cut these down a little bit. They're just a little bit too big. Now I'm going to have 1 leaf go up and 1 leaf go down, and I'm going to glue those right to the card base. Then I'm going to bring in my cross, and I am going to add dimensionals to the bottom. And we're going to float this. Now make sure you cover up your dimensionals. And then I'm just going to give my flowers a little sponging around the edges just to give definition. Okay, and then you can use whatever you have. You can use your bone folder to fluff it up. I have this kit that I've had for years to do my flowers. And you just pick what size. And this just kind of pokes them up a little bit, or it gives them dimension. You can use a pencil, you can use whatever. I just have this tool I've had forever and I love it. I got this from Heartfelt Creations. I don't know if she still sells these or not. I know at one point in time she was only going to go digital, so I'm not sure what she picked up, if she decided to do that. But okay, so now I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals and put on the back. I'm going to bring my card back in here, and I definitely want to cover up that right there where the stems go together. So that's going to be my first thing that I'm covering up. And then I'm just going to kind of randomly put the flowers wherever. Maybe put one up there. Maybe one right there. And then I'm going to bring in the iridescent pearl basic jewels, and I'm actually going to use the big ones for this. Put them in the center of the flowers. And that is our third card, and it stands up like this. Or so you can see it like that. So that's our card. I really love this one, and I hope you guys do too. Now this is, you'll get two different colors. You'll get the orange background and the yellow. So these are the two cards. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.